Hello all. Today let's take a look at a few stocks which are making breakouts, some of which appear to be overextended, some of which may still have room. Also, let us never mistake a raging bull market for good technical analysis. Right now the market is ripping and every long idea looks good whether or not you use technical analysis. So let's use some perspective and proper risk controls. As many of you know, the way I look at stocks is very particular. I'm going to click on View Only Indicators and load my setup. I like to see a 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band. I like to see the 50-day SMA, the 200-day SMA, the 10-day EMA, and I want the RSI below my stock chart. I'll click Done, and we'll take a look at Twitter. I also like to show the 52-week high and low, which you can toggle on and off by simply clicking a button. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's go to 1 year. What we notice with Twitter is that right now, today, it is breaking above its 200-day moving average, while the stock is already above the 10-day and 50-day moving averages. Further, it is below the top end of a 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band and well below its 52-week high. RSI is within reasonable range at 51. What I'm focusing on is this moment right now. And this looks like a potential breakout with some room to run. It looks like the next point of congestion for Twitter would be over $36. So let's go ahead and see what this would have looked like in the past. We will go to the backtest tab and let's create this trigger. We're going to go to technical open. We want the day the stock crosses up through the 200-day moving average. We also want the stock above the 50-day moving average. We want the stock above the 10-day exponential moving average, and we see that RSI is both above 50 and certainly below 70. If we extend this out to 5 years and put some tight stops and limits, we get a nice little trade. I'm going to put a 4% limit and a 1% stop. So I want to get stopped out of this trade almost immediately if it goes sideways by the end of the day. And we're just going to look at 5 trading days, so about a week. Over the last 5 years, this has happened 9 times, 7 wins and 2 losses, with an efficiency score of 0.89. An efficiency score is simply the average return versus the max drawdown. So the max drawdown on any one period over each of the 9 trades was 3.33%. The average return was 3%. That means our return to maximum risk is nearly 1, which is generally very good. Anything above 0.8 is a very strong backtest. Anything over 1 is exceptional. So this is the first stock I'm looking at. Let's go back and look at the same setup. Now I want to look at Roku and go to my view only indicators. And I'm going to load that same setup, which is again, a 3 standard deviation Bollinger, the 50-day moving average on the chart, the 200-day moving average on the chart, the 10-day exponential on the chart, and RSI below it. If we zoom in here for Roku, we can see something similar. The stock has popped above the 10-day EMA, 50-day SMA, and 200 SMA, and it just happened recently and has started this bullish pattern. It's well below the 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band and well below the 52-week high. Further yet, the RSI is still within semi-reasonable range, RSI of 61. It's not overbought yet. If we zoom back out for Roku and take a look at some profit zones and loss zones, we can see one stark reality. It is right on top of points of congestion. We saw just a few months ago, once and twice, 3 times, and several times just in the last 6 months. So Roku's at a spot right now where it is in fact at resistance. One way to risk manage something like this would to be a hard stop at the 10-day exponential moving average, which would be about $125. The stock is trading at 130 right now. We can go ahead and back test this too. With the same setup we had as with Twitter, we can see over the last 3 years, this has only occurred 3 times with 2 wins and 1 loss, an efficiency score of 0.45, which isn't really that great. We can stretch it out to a 22-day trade, which is 1 full month. So it's for each trader to decide. This is an interesting setup, but doesn't pop off the page. You can take a look at Invite, ticker NVTA, and ticker Pins, P-I-N-S, for Pinterest on the Create tab, and you can see similar breakouts as Roku and Twitter, but their RSIs are extended, and you can go ahead and backtest those ideas if you like. Thanks for watching.